Page 36, The Little Beggar. 4/4 time, no sharps or flats. Again, we're in the key of A minor. It's got accidentals though, of course. Usually in the key of A minor, you'll notice a lot of G sharps because we usually use the harmonic minor, and that's the 7th step goes up, and that in the key of A minor, that's a G, so it'd be a G sharp. So you probably see G sharps in here. Oh, that's fine. This rhythm. Oh, well, the left hand's not bad. It's quarter notes and half notes. At least there's some sanity there. But the right hand, let's look at this. I see 16th notes, so it's 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Hey, 1 E and a 2 type thing. I just go 1 and 2 and I know there's 2 16th notes in there somewhere. So at the beginning in the right hand, and again I'm going to play all this legato to start. We're going to start here, it's more or less, and it's 1 and 2 and 3. See that 8th note B is on beat 3. So again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So the idea is for you to figure out the rhythm and not have me or somebody show it to you. Please don't. Try and figure it out yourself. Try and make an effort to figure out what the rhythm is yourself first, and then check it with someone else. It's the old, well, play it for me and let me hear it and then I'll get it. And I say, no, I'd rather not. You know, you play it and figure it out. Well, I'm going to demonstrate it anyway, but here you go. Now if I go 1 E and a 2 E and a, it's here. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. And what I do on music that has really tricky rhythms is I need to know where the beat is. So I could take a pencil and I could draw a vertical line above the staff over the notes that come on the beat. Well, in this piece we don't really need to do that because the left hand has done it for us. It's quarter notes. The left hand is playing on the beat. So you can see in the first measure, these come together here, and then the E is by itself, and then you get a beat 2 in the left hand, and then the 16th notes are by themselves, and then the B and the next note come together. That's beat 3, and then the E is by itself, and then beat 4, and then the 16th notes again by themselves, and then beat 1. So once we get the hands together, that'll help that. But I'd still prefer you be able to get the rhythm yourself. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and reach that 4th finger, and then 2nd finger on the 2nd B, and then just come down. You can lift up and move. You do that some more. Measure 4, it's here. That's okay. Connect these notes. Connect the top note. We want to hear that. I'm just lifting up here, and then I get ready to play the next one. I play them together. Jump down to measure 7. You're here. 1 and 2 and 3 and lift up again. 4th finger. This is different. 1 and 2, 3, and 4th finger there. And I do a 2/5. Actually, the chord is this. We're just not using the B right now. We got these notes, so we're using these, and then you play this note. So that's the fingering. 2/5. So again, measure 8. You're here. 1. Well, let's start with measure 7 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So much for the right hand. Left hand is, you got broken chords, and it's just transferring weight from side of the hand to here. It's an A minor chord in 2nd version, and then here it's the 5/7 chord. Remember here, it's where the G sharp comes in. You didn't die. Oh boy, isn't this fun? Go to measure 4. You're here. You can go here and use thumb on all of them. That's fine. Or you can go here, use 2nd finger. Do you want the thumb or 2nd finger? Choose, you decide. Then measure 5, you got a 1 beat rest to come up here. It's 2-1, and here. Yeah, there's a B and an F there. So we're kind of in C major. See, A minor and C major are related. They have the same key signature. We just went into C major here. So first we have the C chord, and then we have the 5-7 chord, the G7. And we're going back and forth between 1 and 5-7 in the key of C major. Isn't this fun? Until you get down to measure 9, which you go back to A minor. 1 chord, 5-7 chord. 1 chord. Okay. Put the hands together. Here, again. This is where you see them lining up and you try and play the notes at the same time. That's here. You keep it all nice and straight. No problem, right? Jump down to measure 5. Your ending measure 4 here. And then you just lift up between a phrase, just lift up. And your third finger is practically there. Then as you're playing this, you can move the left hand up. You got time. Here. So forth. The idea is to keep the beat steady. It can go really, really super slow. It doesn't matter right now, but it's got to be a steady beat. I suggest if you go really, really slow, then you actually count eighth notes, not quarter notes. So think 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. That way you stay slow. And once you have a handle on the rhythm and the notes and all that stuff, then put in the articulation. Well, in the left hand, it's 2-note slur. Down, up, down, up. Don't play the second note real short. It's not a staccato. Just lift up on it. Little silence. Until you get to measure 4, those are staccato. And then measure 5, the first one's staccato. And then 2-note slurs again. So you have a few staccatos stuck in the left hand, but for the most part they're 2-note slurs. But then you got all this stuff in the right hand that's completely different. So you got to do both at the same time. You have slur, lift, lift up, lift up. You can slur those together. There's nothing says one way or the other. Do you want to separate them? I guess you can separate them. It's interpretation. Let's connect. Lift up. So you're lifting up here. Here. Don't lift both hands at the same time. That's what I'm saying. Lift. So you lift as you're playing. About when you play the A, you can lift up the left hand there. Staccato on the left hand, but not the right. And you go through. Let's go on to measure 5. You hear. So forth. So work out this articulation very carefully and slowly, however slow you got to go. And then when you have a handle on that, you can add the dynamics. It applies to the right hand, the melody. Keep the left hand in the background. So this moderately loud. How loud do you think moderately loud is? It's sort of loud, but you're going to crescendo up to loud there for the E. So you have to plan it. I suggest you stay moderately loud all the way through the first measure. Just don't come up. And then right there. Now I'm going to crescendo. Because if you start crescendoing immediately, you'll be loud by the end of the first measure. You'll be loud way too soon. And you don't want to be loud until that E. And then soft. And then it goes crescendo. Up to medium loud like we're at the beginning. And that's this note. And then come down. Then on measure 5, it's pew F. Oh, it sounds dirty, but it's not. It simply means loud. With loudness, more loudness, just loud, just not really, really loud, just louder than you were here. Just come up a little bit. Because now we're going to crescendo up to loud at the end of the line. But again, you don't want to get loud to the end of the line. There's not a lot of difference. So you save most of your crescendo till right before it. And so you don't have to really crescendo much at all until you get there. And then measure 7, you come down to moderately loud and crescendo back up to loud. Here, there's a poco rallentando there. It means slow down a little bit. This is like the climax of the piece right there. Loud, and let it die away a little bit. Listen to the sound die away on the piano. And more or less match that then when you start. However loud that is as it dies, try and match when you play the E, try and make that the same or whatever it was. Now you're soft. Crescendo. Here, crescendo again, and then moderately soft. Go. Do here. So only go up to about moderately loud here. Don't get too loud. No slowing down here, you're just getting softer. Now on this crescendoing up to loud, I think they're kind of being a little too helpful almost. It's how you interpret the piece. You want this to flow, and if you'll slightly crescendo ever so, just a little bit, it gives the illusion of flow. So it's like each time I do this, each time of these is a little bit louder. Louder. There, so each one of these groups is just a hair louder, is one way of looking at it. The first group I'd keep down. A little bit, there. And you just keep doing this so you can picture this in groups of notes. And each group of note gets a little louder, each phrase or whatever slur is another, and that's really what this crescendo is about. And then you get to the moderato, and that's just a nice moderate feel, not the beat, just a feel. To me, that's it, and actually that's slow, because the beat, that's not very fast at all. That's more like an andante, but it feels there's so much going on in the right hand, it feels faster. There's different ways of playing this, different ways of interpreting it. Don't copy me, please. You make it yours. Got to get in and feel this music. I'd like to play this with you very slowly, and we are going to do the repeat because there is a repeat there on the last 3 lines. I'll give us 4 counts, and let's just go very slowly together, make sure we have the right notes and rhythms. Not going to do the dynamics. 1 and 2 and ready and go, and 1 and 4 and 4 and off.